Hey collectors, welcome back to the channel. So we're doing something a little different today. I'm in San Diego at Comic-Con, and I thought there are so many people here, but also so many of you who have never been to Comic-Con. Some of you may wish you could come to Comic-Con someday, haven't been able to get badges or travel arrangements or whatever it may be. Um, but maybe you want a little taste of what it's actually like here in the exhibit hall. So I thought, let's do a little walkabout. I'm going to pick a lane. You'll see in a minute. And we're just going to walk from one end to the other of the exhibit hall, and you can just kind of see what's going on. It is Sunday, probably what is going to be the least busy day of the entire weekend, but there's still a lot of people here. It is chaos. It is kind of a introvert's nightmare, but it is a collector's paradise. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the camera on. We're gonna get going. All right. So as you can see, there's a wall here. So I'm at the very end of the convention center, and everything's divided up into aisles. So you can see there's a numbering system here: 200, 300, 400. It goes all the way, into the 5,000s, I believe, all the way to the very back of the building. And the convention center is also kind of divided up into what I'd say are three main sections. We've got this area that I'm starting here with that has some booths with some merchandise from some bigger companies. We've got Calico Critters, we've got Sanrio, we've got Nintendo doing a Splatoon type of thing. There's Pokemon over there all the way in the back. But really, this first section, as you see, as we'll pass through, is a lot of smaller vendors who will have comic books, old issues, some artwork from artists from the past decades that you might not find anywhere else. And then we'll get to the middle section, and we'll get to kind of the big box companies, all of those. You know, you'll you'll have your Paramount over there, your Star Wars and Disney and all of that, and then at the very back is the artist alley. But let's get started. All right, and you'll have to excuse me as I weave my way kind of through the crowds of people. All right, we're starting off strong here with a display that I really love. Some of these action figurines, some Marvel. I love this Doctor Doom. So cool. Right? Some Predator. Star Wars. The level of detail on these is just absolutely incredible. But yeah, if I just stay there and look, we'll be here for 3 hours. So I'm not going to do that. We'll just kind of keep moving. Old comic books. You can buy single issues here. Take your chance with some blind boxes or blind bags. Now, this is one of the main aisles of the convention, but as you can tell, every kind of nook and cranny has vendors that are selling some pretty cool things. And you can go left or right, start looking at all sorts of things. If you zigzag through this building, it will literally take you several days to kind of just look at everything that's available. In the middle here, we've got people in line for some signings. It's kind of the way it goes. You get badges or tickets to get in line to have certain things signed. I'm not quite sure what this one is for, but some Fallout merch over here. Some Apus up there. Blocky's Venom. New figurines you can get. Lots of artwork too, original artwork that people can buy. Typically, they'll display originals or bigger prints that you can buy, or they'll have prints that you can also purchase for a little bit cheaper. And if you want more content, that might be the way to go. Artists are always loving to talk about what they do and sign off on any copy of any art that you get, whether it's a print or an original. This place is cool. They make a bunch of stuff out of cardboard. Some cool artwork. And pins. T-shirts. Millions upon millions of T-shirts are sold here, all kinds. I got mine earlier this week from Mondo. I can show you a little bit more of that later. Here is the Penguin Random House booth. A lot of authors here as well. So even if you're not into comic books, but you like to read fantasy, science fiction, fiction in general, a lot of authors come here and do signings. That's probably what some of these lines are for this morning. I know we've had authors for like Alchemized or Dungeon Crawler who have been here not long ago. Yesterday, we had Ryan O'Malley here for Scott Pilgrim doing a signing. So cool stuff. A lot of great artists. Okay. Image Comics has their booth. This is the back side of it where the signings take place. The front side of it has the comic books for purchase at full retail price. Let's stop here for a second. We've got the McFarlane toys. In case you didn't know, Todd McFarlane does make toys. And some really cool toys at that. They just announced some of their new collection that's going to be coming here in the next little bit. It's going to be some Image comic originals. Most of these booths have kind of a list of what's for sale, including the exclusives, and you can see when things are sold out. So you don't get in line for nothing. Okay. Keep moving because we're not even halfway through to the other side yet. We've got our Marvel section here. So Wolverine, the video game, is coming out. There's a little area over here I'll show. You can take pictures. You can get in line with all these lovely people, and then try to get a picture with Logan. Professionally done. Fun stuff if you are into that. But turning around the exhibit for the rest of the Marvel, there is a Doctor Doom display here that's pretty cool. And more of them. So yesterday it was just Doctor Doom. Today it's both characters. It's not just ink and paper, people. It's actual artwork. Fantastic stuff. Love Alex Ross. Okay, let's keep moving. Thing. There's the Topps booth we just passed. If you're into collecting cards, there's a lot of different options for card collectors here, whether it be Pokemon or Topps or Upper Deck or even some smaller companies. So, yeah, lots to follow here. Here's a IDW booth. These are your Sanrio, Ninja Turtles, Sonic comic books. They also have signings here of actual artists and some exclusive covers. Let me show you. So here are some collector packs, for example, Ninja Turtles that you can collect only at Comic-Con. Some Lego, of course. Some of the longest lines over here. Viz Studios for our manga lovers. Black Torch is, I guess, a big deal right now. They've had lots of advertisements for that anime this year. And we move into Star Wars. always some opportunities for pictures at the Star Wars. I'm gonna try to make it through here. See what people are doing. Some amazing cosplay and outfits here for Star Wars. And it doesn't take much to then turn over to the right and see our Masters of the Universe display. For all of you Saturday morning cartoon fans here, I'm going to try to get a little bit closer. Excuse me. They do have some of the costumes from the movie on display. More over on that side. And I have to show you, we have to go through here and I have to show you this because there is a photo op opportunity for Jim Bro Skeletor. Oh, sorry. Which is pretty funny.
Alright, try to lift it up, bro.
Okay. Excuse me.
Okay.
Only at Comic-Con can you just pass by somebody in an incredible costume and it's just normal everyday stuff.
Yeah, maybe I was just caught up in the map.
All right, ECC Elite, they do have some cool bust statues for some famous movies. Here's a raptor. And the T-Rex behind it. All right, so for our Guillermo del Toro fans, this year was the 20th anniversary for Pan's Labyrinth, and del Toro was actually here, I think, on Thursday or Friday, and unveiled this special edition by James Jean figurine that can be pre-ordered. It's beautiful. I love it. Some incredible stuff. But yeah, 20th anniversary. Incredible. Okay. Mattel. Is this Mattel? I can't remember. But we've got some WWE figurines here for those wrestling fans that are out there. Full collection. Including some special editions just being released sometime soon here. Including the Street Fighter series. Fun stuff. There is food at Comic-Con. It's cafeteria food, and these are literally all of the tables practically in the entire building. So if you're hungry, you can find food. It's about $20, for a sandwich and chips. and that does not include a water or a beverage. But good luck sitting anywhere and eating it. Robotech. These are some of my favorite models I've seen during the whole convention. These new Robotech ones that are being unveiled. I just think they look so awesome. Okay. I'm heading back to the same aisle, trying not to get too distracted. All right, so next up, Tamashii Nations, and I'm going to go in the back way because they have all sorts of things here. We've got some Gundams, Dragon Ball, but a lot of other things here. From JoJo's Adventure, Ghost in the Shell. This Ghost in the Shell spider bot is pretty incredible. Here's for our Berserk fans. My Hero Academia. With some All Might action. And here's Hasbro. Very nice. Hasbro has been hopping. We've got K-pop Demon Hunter stuff. Street Fighter is a big deal right now with the new movie coming out.
Did you guys have a chance
Legend
to
of
pre-order?
Zelda, obviously from Marvel Universe, G.I. Joe. I was here yesterday, and I'm still sad to see how little love, how much little love Ghostbusters is getting at this booth. It seems like no one is interested in Ghostbusters. But why would you if Marvel is right across the alley from you, and there's literally like an end game scene taking place in the display. All right. Excuse me. So I do apologize if the camera's kind of going all over the place and I'm zigzagging and saying excuse me. I mean, it is the nature of being here. You can't really avoid it. So Jazzwares has some cool stuff, more toys up, but they have a cool display this year. Some Dr. Doom. Big deal, obviously, in 2026. Spider-Man. Got some Cat Noir and Ladybug action. Mewtwo. It's so eclectic, right? When you come here, you realize that there's lots of nooks and crannies. I'm not even skimming the surface of what's in here. But you turn one way and it's Pokemon, and you turn the other way and it's a pole, a post, metal, or not metal, concrete. But, Star Trek, South Park. All right, we're at 3,700, so we're making our way. You can kind of see the end all the way over there. We've got a Konami booth. Don't get too excited. Well, maybe you could get excited, but the Konami booth, I was expecting a little bit more than Yu-Gi-Oh, but that's pretty much all they have there. They have like a whole card game set up at their Yu-Gi-Oh booth, which is fun if you're into that. But you know, I was hoping for maybe a one or two extra things. And now we're at Gundam, one of my personal favorite spots. They have announced a new video game for Gundam, and they have also announced some new model kits. That do look pretty exceptional. Maybe if I get a chance, I can show you. Actually, no, I can't because look, that's the line just to get in to Gundam to possibly order something. So, crazy stuff. We've got Sam Jones here, Flash Gordon in the house. So for those of you who are Flash fans, he is here almost every year. He just loves the fans. Got Buddy. And things are dissipating a little bit as we pass now Nickelodeon. They've got a little event going on in there. There's a lot of love right now for The Last Airbender. The new Aang The Last Airbender movie, I think, came out yesterday. So I have not had a chance to watch it yet, but I know that my family is excited for that one. And finally, we've made it out of the chaos of the vendors and what I would consider to be more now Artist Alley section. You can still find a few specific vendors here, but it's mostly smaller shops who are trying to sell a lot of Funko, a lot of figurines, a lot of figurines, to be honest. This is, other than art, a lot of figurines on this side. So, and pins, but I'll show you that. Minecraft.
I can see it down there, but it's so far.
What line? In my memory, it was like hours and hours. My mom remembers actually learning how to play with
I do need to say there is also a lot of handcrafted items that I'll try to showcase a little bit of if we can. But like I said, we're mostly just making it through one of the main sections. And so I can't show you everything.
Weren't you in there yesterday? Down here?
Okay. We're getting to the end of the building, but Artist Alley, actual Artist Alley, is coming up. And we're not going to be able to go through there, really, because it's super crowded. But before we get there, let me describe. So essentially, you've got little tiny aisles, and every artist here who has a portion of it literally just has a desk, right? So it's like a fold out 6 foot table that they get, and all of their artwork is on display there. And most of them are sitting here, and you can talk to them and get them to sign stuff. I love that. This is my favorite part of the con. Honestly, I love going through here, seeing what people are doing, asking them questions about their artwork. So I'm going to try to showcase a little bit of that, but just know that you're not going to see a ton of actual artwork because it's very crowded. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie, this might be a place where I'm guys.
One of
Yeah, like 500 copies.
Okay, that was me just trying to get through one little aisle, and I didn't stop for anything. I just tried to get through without getting smushed. This is the entirety of the artist alley over here. So, as you can tell, there's a lot to see. There's a lot to see. So, I'm going to come over here now, next to the Funko shop and Mondo, and we're gonna end the video over here. We made it. There's the back wall. We made it to the end. It's very crowded here now. It's about 10:30 in the morning on the Sunday, which is probably one of the least busy days. I'll come over here so you can see some of this background here as I close up. But I hope you enjoyed kind of doing this walkabout with me. I only went down that one center aisle. There's a third center aisle here, and then a third, like a very far center aisle there, and then an entrance. So that's just the exhibit hall. That doesn't count all of the panels that are happening upstairs. This entire building has rooms upstairs, right, that have conference and panels. And then Hall H, I didn't show you that. Actually, I'm just going to walk outside. I'm going to walk outside. If you're still with me, thank you. I'm going to try to exit this building. I'm going to try to exit this building and see what happens. You saw how far it is, so you can start a timer. If it takes me less than a minute to leave this place, I'll be happy.
They'll have a menu that comes down and it'll play this.
This is going to be raw footage, by the way. I'm just going to throw it on YouTube. So there's not going to be any music, so you can insert whatever music you'd like at this moment as you stare at me, stare at my face, trying to leave the building. Like I said, collector in me is so happy. The introvert is me is having a really hard time. My least favorite place in the entire world is Costco, and this is a lot worse than that. So, okay, we made it. Exiting the building. And I'm going to show you outside actually, because outside they decked out San Diego Gaslamp District to the themes of Comic-Con, and it's kind of cool to see. So I need to scan out real quick. Thank you. Scanned out, and like I said, beautiful day in San Diego. See what I mean by decked out? This is one of the hotels has the Wolverine plastered all over it. And here is the Gaslamp District over here. They've got Doomsday Arch going on. They've got some Walking Dead. Yaga, a new show coming out, I guess. Percy Jackson. There's a Silo event happening over there. This way is Hall H, which is if you're going to try to get into a panel for Marvel or any other panels that happened this season, then it's just you standing in line outside over there under those tents for like, I think 10 to 16 hours people averaged to get into the Marvel panel yesterday. So you could spend all day and night trying to get in there, or you could take your chances with the exhibit hall and the other panels. So I'm going to leave you here, collectors. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing what kind of beast this is. I'll end with the palm trees of San Diego and the enormity of the conference center. As always, thank you for joining, and until next time, keep on collecting. Bye.